All righty, everybody. Hello, welcome to another edition of GTE Pro Network Podcast. I'm your host, Ed Peterson. Today's day, ladies and gentlemen, is April the 23rd, 2024. As we continue to help assist entrepreneurs, startups, and local businesses to help them build and grow their network in the area where they do business. I'm super excited for today, and I'm going to be sharing some tools and tips that's going to really assist you in your growth today in 2024, as we are now in the second quarter of the year. And what are your goals for the rest of this year, 2024? And while we're in the second quarter, what are you doing to basically build your business, build your brand, and also build your network? And who's your target market? How often are you reaching out to them? And what does it take to really grow a successful business online or as a brick and mortar or both? And then also, how do you use in social media today and all of the tools that we need today to grow and build? Becoming a wise master builder is always important, and making sure that we continue to assist in our building and helping others as we help ourselves. It's a community affair. It's basically where we can reach out to everybody on these platforms, whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, or Instagram. We call X now for Twitter, but anyway, or even on YouTube, and also on TikTok and so forth. So, with all these various different platforms, how do I know what platform works for me? How do I know how to utilize that platform to actually reach out to the masses? And then who's really paying attention to that? And how are you drawing them in? What is your phrases? What you're doing here? So what we do here at Global Touch Enterprise, basically we're a web design and marketing company, number one, and we also do a lot of campaigning for a lot of churches, nonprofit organizations, and local businesses across the country, so we can help them build and grow their network in the area where they do business. And that's going to be the key focal point that we're going to be discussing and talking about, basically 10 small business marketing trends to prepare your business as you start it up in 2024. No matter which month you've started already this year, or are you just getting started, I'm going to be sharing some ideas and some concepts that's going to benefit you down the road. And again, you have to have your blueprint, your roadmap, where you want to navigate to. Just like when you start a business, of course, you need a business plan, a marketing plan, right? And you're going to need a social marketing plan, as well as how I'm going to reach my target market. Is it professional enough to where we can really catch people's eye and attention? So that's what it's going to be about. And then are we talking about what's relevant today in the marketplace? The marketplace is vast today, but the money has shifted. And we got to continue to understand what is going to be relevant for your growth today. And how are we growing? And what are we utilizing toward that? Are you studying your industry that you're in, your market? And are you basically observing the masses and doing the opposite? Are you putting together something that's going to be unique and different than what your competitors are doing? And then also making sure that you have the stick-to-itiveness to continue. The capital is needed today, and everybody's asking questions about that. How much do I need, Ed, to start my business? What do I need to do to grow it? What do I need to do to reach out to them on a reference to that? Well, whatever you have product or service wise in the marketplace that you want to introduce, as a web designer, my focal point is to always start off with a landing page website. Reason being, it's a one pager, it's less expensive, and it's a way to test the market. A lot of big box retailers use this all the time. And to market to certain areas and other cities and states across this country, or even global speaking, you want to be able to have a landing page website where now you can test it to see exactly what happens, the feedback. But it has to be interactive. If you're going to be all of these things that we're going to need, I'm going to share with you exactly what that's going to be that's relevant today. That's going to be more impactful for you to get started, to really grow. Because again, we grow our business on four levels. Of course, a lot of people ask the question about how business 101. Well, you got to look at your business stages. You have your formulation stage, your concentration stage, your momentum stage, and then you have a stability stage. But in your formulation stage, you don't know much. You're not getting a whole lot. You don't know a lot. So you're testing it out to see that. And then who's your target market? What age demographics are you reaching? And then also too, is it something that people want, need, and can afford? You're satisfying three things in the marketplace, ladies and gentlemen, is what people want, need, and can afford. And if you satisfy these three things, ladies and gentlemen, you can be successful today. And so when you look at opportunities and growth and reference to how I build my business, my brand. What color schemes am I using? What phrases am I? What's my logo looking like? What is my marketing campaigns that I'm going to be putting together on a daily basis? Notice I said daily. And then also, what feedbacks am I getting from my people? So, in reference to my target market. So, number one, you want to basically, when you build a website or have a web page, and you're talking about a landing page website, make sure that it's mobile friendly. Number one, the web page has to be mobile friendly because we use our cell phones more than anything today. And a lot of people have tablets and so forth, but basically your cell phone, your mobility is where everybody can really pick up and see exactly what it is you have to offer. So, and if you can accept mobile payments, if you have a product or service that you're providing in the marketplace, you want to basically have something like that, a buy button, mobile apps. So you can do that. Most companies now are creating more apps, and apps is big right now. It's a big opportunity for you to grow in a space where you didn't have before because now you have your own app. And when you have an app, it gives you an opportunity to basically reach out to the millions of people, whether you use it, well, Apple has their own and Google, Android has their own. So on that level, whether you go through those apps, you want to make sure you got an opportunity to reach out to those people. And so, but you have to have something that's going to be catchy, something that's going to be an identifier so you can separate yourself from the masses and for the other competitors that you have. So when you talk about mobile only social, you're talking about basically social apps and on a selective level where you're on Instagram or anything like that, you want to basically have that opportunity where they can go to it. And Instagram is big, owned by Facebook or Meta. You want to basically look at what you can do to grow your market in that facet. So you have a lot of different levels here of opportunities to basically build and grow marketing campaigns that you put together and understanding the 5 P's of marketing. And it's all about the people, product, price, place, and promotion. And so when you understand the 5 P's of marketing, you can basically start your levels and grow it on a particular side that you want to get to for your target. And so if you have a new product you want to introduce or a service you want to introduce that you're providing in the marketplace, you want to highlight that. You want to make sure that it's everything that you need to be to grow and build. And with that being said, it gives you an opportunity to really get feedback from your people. And then you want to educate the people. You want to educate them on what it is you're offering in the marketplace. What's the product about? What's the service about? And how does this service or product benefit me? And it's all about the benefits. Are we selling anything? But no, we're selling benefits. How can it benefit the end user? How can it benefit people in general? So you want to have something that's going to grasp hold to that level and basically put in something that's going to give them an opportunity to try it out. And then once they have it, if you have one of the things I always share with all of my entrepreneurs and startups and organizations, whether you're a nonprofit or if you're a church, whatever, you, again, on the cause marketing side of that for nonprofits and churches, cause marketing is going to be how we reach out in the community where we are. What are we providing in the community to support the community that we serve? As servant leaders, we have to be able to serve the masses and understanding that this is to benefit others as it benefit you. You help enough people get what they want, then you automatically get what you want. But you got to help enough people get what they want. So if you understand that concept, that idea, then it will be easier for you to reach more people at a faster pace. And so when you look at now, what can we do for data-driven marketing that we can put together? Collecting data, understanding what works, what don't work, understanding what I've put out there and my content. And my content has to be on a level where it's consistent, it's direct, and it's to the point. And you want to get people to click and buy, click buy, click buy if you got a product business. If you have a service business, same thing, but you want to provide information, you want to educate the people on on the service that you're providing and how again can it benefit them. And what makes you different from others that's doing the same thing you're doing? How are you separating yourself and how are you standing out amongst the crowd of others that's doing the same thing you're doing? Well, you have to be unique and you have to think outside the box. You can't be conforming to the same level of what everybody else is doing. Observe the masses and do the opposite. Again, observe the masses and do the opposite. And when you get to this point, ladies and gentlemen, this gives you an opportunity so you can grow in a way different from what others are doing. And if you see something that's broken, that's not right in that industry, you want to be able to be the first to correct it. First moves advantage still works today. Word of mouth advertising still works today. And then also on social media, if you have videos, if you're doing podcasts like what I'm doing here, if you're putting together something that's going to give people's attention, because videos is where it's at, on your website, you have to be able to do that too. So live video streaming is key, because I can put what I'm doing today on my website at globaltouchenterprise.net. I can basically put this podcast on the website, as well as on YouTube and Facebook, right? So you want to basically look at those platforms when it comes to content creating content. What content are you creating in your business? What are you doing to be the narrator of what you're trying to represent in your business and in the marketplace about your brand, and making sure that your branding concept is consistent, and making sure that you have all the checks marked where you can say this, and this, and there's no questions asked. People can really go to your site, go to exactly what you offer in the marketplace, and then you can get your feedback. And we want to be able to reward your customers, reward your people who purchase from you directly, and stay in constant contact. So all the technology we have today, look at all that we have today in 2024, ladies and gentlemen. And because of what happened in the pandemic during 2020 and 2019, toward the ending of the year 2019, what we've been able to do, what has happened today? People are now working from home. People are doing a lot of online social platforming, content creating. We're doing a lot of different investing now that we didn't have before. A lot of average people can invest and make money. So a lot of new things have happened since the pandemic, and the money has shifted, meaning that if you're not in an industry of growth, you need to get out of that industry. You need to find an industry where it's constant growth. Technology is where it's at. And if you understand that, and I share this with you because I come from manufacturing, working from Zenith Electronics, Motorola, and Hewlett Packard up north in Chicago, where I'm originally from. But now I'm in Houston, Texas, the fourth largest in the United States, and this city has grown consistently, continually. But here's the thing. I focus on what's important today. I always use what we call the win formula. What's important now? If it's important to do it, ladies and gentlemen, you want to stay on top of it. Have a sense of urgency. Don't procrastinate. Don't delay. The time is now. Get on it now. Do it now. Be like Nike. Just do it. And so you want to kind of keep your focus following one course until successful, and making sure that you're doing everything in your power to reach the masses in a way that's going to make a change. It's all about a movement, a platform. And that's what we're talking about today, ladies and gentlemen. When you're talking about your business, getting a landing page website for startups or companies and that you want to test out in the marketplace, you also want to look at what can I do that's going to create a platform for buyers and sellers and for end users to basically utilize what I have to offer. And whether you're talking going B2B or B2C or both, business to business or business to customers, or both. If you're doing both, you want to make sure you have what it takes on the level to continue to feed them information that's going to add to their growth. Again, growth is the most important commodity to me on the planet. Without growth, we're just existing, we're not living. So it's all about our growth. How are we growing today? How are we reaching out to others and helping others grow as we grow? You see, we're not an island. You can't do this all by yourself. You're not separated from the world, from individuals or people. You need people. It's a people helping people business. Use the PHP effect, people helping people. And the more you stay focused on this, ladies and gentlemen, the stronger you get, the better you are, and more people will start acknowledging you as a person, as a servant leader, as a person that's helping out in the communities and the places across the country. And so, again, you're building a business on three levels anyway: locally, nationally, and then soon internationally. So, if you look at these three stages of your business growth, locally in your backyard, you want to grow. Nationally, you want to be able to hit other cities and states across the country. And then internationally, you want to hit other countries around the world. So you have the potential, you have what it takes, and you can do it. It's all about how we're building and becoming a wise master builder and understanding what tools we need to build with. One of my favorite nonprofit organizations that I talk about is Habitat for Humanity, where you have strangers coming together building homes. And it's a beautiful thing because it's a common goal. We don't know each other from Adam, but we try to work together to build, to help in the communities that need the help so we can help build low income homes for people who want to be first time home buyers. And this today is what it really is all about, building in the communities where we are growing. Solar is taking its toll, is taking its effects on a lot of things that we're doing now, and it's growing. And, we had Earth Day yesterday, and President talked about the solar industry and the business and what they're doing as incentives. So we look at what we can do to be end users, but also to be informative as to what's changing in the marketplace, what's changing around the world, what's changing in our neighborhoods and in the cities where we are. And then also what's changing within us. How are we changing? And what are we doing as an adaptation to these changes and how we're adopting that? Now, we can always tune out all the noise that's going on right now in the country. Our focus is to make sure that we're doing our due diligence and staying on course of what our goals are so that way we don't get distracted from that. And again, it's a sense of urgency that we have to have in order for us to make sure that we're doing everything on the level to build and grow. I come from manufacturing in Chicago, Illinois, where I'm originally from. So I used to work for Zenith Electronics, Motorola, and Hewlett Packard. So when you look at that, and then also Assist Technologies. And so when you look at these companies that I talked about, this is all about building something in the United States that we have been proud of. As far as that, my great grandfather worked for General Motors. My great grandmother worked for the Campbell Soup Company. So when you look at manufacturing today and what we can do to say it's built in America or it's made in America, we want to make sure that we stay focused on our growth, our continual efforts of homegrown manufacturing, such as Zenith Electronics Corporation, which now has been bought out by LG Electronics, which is a South Korean company, back in 2000 when they bought them out. That's when we got laid off. And so 24 years ago, that's what happened. But I'm going to give you a little history here where now, as we look at the trajectory of manufacturing today in the United States, we need to stay focused on growing our own thing. In Chicago, we're a manufacturing city. We have a lot of manufacturers up north, whether it's Boeing, Keebler, you name it, Tootsie Roll, all of these companies that we make things out of, English muffins and so forth. All of these things we manufactured up north came from that some sector. Even the railroad system started up north, and Chicago was named Chicago after a Haitian man founded it back in the 1800s and named it Chicago. So we have a long history of growth of opportunities where we are creating something to benefit others in the marketplace and in the world. And so we have a long lasting history that gives us an opportunity to teach and share this information with others. And yeah, content is king, but if it ain't the right type of content, why would you take it? So you want to make sure you get the right content. You want the right information that's going to help you grow. And becoming wise master builders, you have to utilize your wisdom, and you have to fact check a lot of these things that's going on today, that's relevant and that is not pushing a different agenda or a different narrative. So business 101, and depending on how you build your business and what your business stands for and what your business represents. It represents the people from all walks of life because as human beings, we are human first. But again, we have to make sure that we are standing stern on the truth of the matter of what we're doing in the marketplace as we did back in the day. And because of that, we want to make sure that we continue to level the playing field so others can basically benefit too as well. It's not just for one group to benefit and nobody else benefits. That doesn't help. If you look at the movie industry, if you look at all of the different sports entertainment, if you look at all the different things that's going on today, it's all about agendas and narratives of what they want you to see. But here's the thing. If you understand the marketplace, if you understand business, if you understand how to become an influencer of what you're representing, that is going to be your ticket. Becoming a good influencer of marketing, an influencer of your business, and an influencer of positive change. And you want to make sure that you become a good influencer of these levels because this is where it's going to be lasting. That temporary stuff don't work. People fall off. These fly by nights just to get money and grab and go. No, that's no longer available. That's no longer something we want in our camp. So we push out all of those things so we can keep on something that's going to last longer, last a lifetime. And so even long before we're gone, they still be remembering exactly what's happening and what we've been able to do. So if you look at the different levels of your writing, your strategy in your business, as you create that, what your logo is going to look out for your landing page, the company name, the domain name, and making sure that you're standing on levels that's going to be relevant in the marketplace and in the industry that you decide to jump into, that it's relevant for today. And that, again, social media has taken its toll, and it's ever changing, and it's always 24/7. Your business should be 24/7 if you're online. Your business doesn't sleep. People can still look you up no matter 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. No matter the hours of operation, it's 24/7. So you want to have a residual income when it comes to these levels where you're building a residual base. Residual is key, and I talk about this all the time. And if you look at how can I create a residual, well, you do the work one time and get paid on it over and over and over again. That is going to be the level, ladies and gentlemen, that we talk about. And because you want repeat business, but you also want a residual business too. And because of that, we charge a fee up front. That's fine, but you want to have something in the back end as well. And now today, we have that. When you talk about content, creating narratives, getting enough people to like what you're doing or to be a participant and getting feedback of what you're doing, now you're building your audience. What does your audience look like? Are they sharing? Are you sharing with them, and are they sharing with you? And if you're looking at opportunities of growth, we're talking about the basics of a good hyper local strategy that is simple enough for the end users to understand. It has to be simple enough for the end users to understand. We don't want to complicate the matter. We don't want to make it like Boolean algebra. We don't want to make it like anything that. And since I have a degree in electronics, it's kind of interesting that we talk about Ohm's law, Kirchhoff's law, Newton's law, all these different laws that wasn't done that we use here in the United States. That should tell you something. And when Einstein came to this country, lived in New York City, he studied Africa. He studied a lot of the levels, and he taught the African American men science. So there's levels that we don't talk about that we need to reach out to when it comes to building, becoming a wise master builder, becoming a builder of growth, a builder of principles, and a builder of positive change. That's going to take us higher levels. NASA, as well, talk about these different levels, reaching out to the universe and growing into different levels as well. Well, look at that. We are talking about universes now of space that we've not reached before, but now we're able to reach with the technology as it continues to evolve. So we have these opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, that gives us a narrative of what we can do and how we should be able to address it. Regardless of what your belief system is, no matter what it is, you want to stay on a positive note. And given opportunities that everybody has a voice, everybody has a story to tell. Tell your story of your growth of your business, what your challenges were, and how did you overcome these challenges? What did you do to get the number of people you got following you, buying into your product or service? And what are you doing in the marketplace to continue to educate the people on what it is you do? Education is still key, ladies and gentlemen. You can never stop learning and you can never stop growing. Continue to do these things, you can reach mass numbers quickly. Regardless whether you are about a different product that you like or a different service that you're providing, look at the industries today. Look at what's relevant today, what's hot today. Like on the music industry, everybody's looking for the next hot artist. Or in the movie industry, who's the hottest actor right now? So we're always looking at that. In sports entertainment, in NFL and football, we're looking for the next hot quarterback or the next hot running back, whoever. But whoever the superstar may be, and even in NBA and so forth, even in soccer, we're looking at all these levels now of sports entertainment that has grown exponentially that we can watch on our phones. We can watch anywhere now. And now that social media has taken over, now we got streaming services. Now people don't regular watch cable anymore. Cable is obsolete. So it's a lot of levels now that we have to start creating our own narratives, our own pathways of what it is we want to see. And we, the people, dictate that to the owners of the people creating the content. What do you want to see? When I come from manufacturing and Zenith Electronics, the TV manufacturer, we looking at the TVs back in the day in the 1990s. We had those swivel-based TVs with the wooden cases and all that, and the glass doors where you can do that. And we had them in different level sizes, 27-inch, 32-inch, 50-inch, and so forth. Now we got these flat panel TVs, and now they're much more easier and user-friendly. But now you can put YouTube on them. They come automatically built with a streaming network, or basically you're talking about a streaming media player where you got Apple TV, you got Roku, you got all these different Fire Stick, all these different levels now. So streaming is key. And then you can use it for security purposes. For security alarms, ADT got their systems going on, but now you can watch it when you're home, away from home. If you're on vacation, you can take your toll into that. Solar, again, on homes is getting bigger and bigger. It cuts down your cost, so that way you don't spend on a consistent increase of your electricity bill, which is going to increase again every year, and it's going to increase this summer. So what are you doing to cut the cost down from there? Are you educated enough to know what solar is all about and how to go solar properly? There's a lot of misinformation out there about solar, but then there's also a lot of truthful information about the industry of solar. Going clean energy is better. The EV cars that's out today is constantly growing. It's going to become a norm by 2030. So we have to be prepared for the times that we're in as we're reaching faster and faster. It's not waiting for anybody. Remember when VCRs came out? We had those VH tapes, how that worked. Now we went CDs, and then that went obsolete. And so as we continue to replace the old things with newer things, what are you replacing now in your business, in your life, that needs to be new, that you're replacing that's from old, that's no longer relevant today? You have to decipher that information. And then you have to take a step back and look at, what am I doing that's going to keep me growing and keep me in the now? That's what you want to look at. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's just one of the things I wanted to share with you today. This was just a 30-minute segment, but I just wanted to make sure I reach out to you today to give you some tools and tips and information in reference to what you can do to grow your network, to grow your business, and to basically continue to focus on what's important now. And when you talk about that on the WIN formula, and then understanding the 5 P's of marketing: people, product, price, place, and promotion, you're going to continue to see yourself in another level. And then observe the masses, but do the opposite. and making sure that you have something unique and different in the marketplace that nobody else has. First movers advantage, making sure you take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way, and making sure that you stand strong on your beliefs and you don't distract yourself with all the noise that's going on today. So, with that, I want to thank you all for this opportunity to speak to you and continue to grow, continue to build, and keep building your dream. Bye for now.